United States, for those of us who don't work on Crestwin's business. It's also a busy time for hotels, with both US travellers and Asian guests celebrating the Lunar New Year. Puneet Chhatwal is the new chief executive of the Indian hotels company, owners of the Taj Hotels and India's largest hospitality brand. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you for having me, Richard.
You didn't just take over a hotel company. I mean, in the past, we've talked about the whole concept of Tajness. And we've talked about the way on this program that your predecessor was going to grow the business. What's your strategy going to be now?
Well, I think what we decided with the top 30 in the company is to come up with a plan for 5 years. It's not just for the next 6 months or a year. And we want to grow our portfolio significantly versus what has been the case in the last 2 decades. We want to be the best in class, which we have been, but for some time we kind of lost track a bit because of other issues confronting the company. So we want to reinforce our positioning as the most iconic and profitable hospitality company coming from South Asia.
But I can imagine I could have your competitor sitting opposite me and they'd say pretty much the same thing in some shape or form.
Yes, for sure everyone would say that, but I don't think anybody in this industry can claim to have the leadership positioning like we have in running the Palace Hotels, like being the largest resort operator in India, having hotels like the most iconic Taj Mahal Palace and Tower in Mumbai. We have some of these most iconic assets I don't think any other company has.
But they're your existing assets. But if you're going to expand, that means either building or buying. Buying's expensive, building is difficult. Which are you going to do?
A bit of both. I think there is one size fits all over the world does not work. It depends on which markets you're in. So in the US market, we bought existing assets, or we entered into contracts for existing assets. In Dubai, we ended up building new. In Cape Town, we ended up building new. In India, there are many, many markets that we will end up building new because we are present in all the mature markets anyways.
And you're going for the franchise, the management model, or you're going to own the bricks and the mortar?
It depends on which brand we talk about.
Right.
Taj is managed, will continue to be managed. We don't want to franchise the Taj brand. But when it comes to the lowest end of our brandscape, that is Ginger, which is predominantly economy brand for India, I think we would be open to franchising.
As we look at the Taj, it's such a great, well-known, and you have some spectacular properties. How do you expand and not lose what your predecessor called the Tajness?
Well, I think Tajness, if you ask most of the Taj employees, Tajness is a way of life. Tajness is the soul of our company. So Tajness is not just the hardware, it's the 360-degree value proposition that comes from all stakeholders, including our partners, to our guests.
Right. But you don't find Arne Sorensen's 34 brands and the whole Marriott behemoth slightly overwhelming in terms of competition?
Well, I actually see it as an opportunity. I think the world is getting divided into the very large ones, Arne Sorensen's 34 brands, and the specialists like ourselves who call themselves Indian Hotels Company. So we stand for hospitality truly made and packaged in India, and that's the opportunity I see for specialists going forward versus the large distribution powers with 5,000 or 10,000 hotels.
Good to have you, sir.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you very much.